as we've been talking about, March is Women's History Month, and we are celebrating here at 4 by recognizing and welcoming in some of the amazing female leaders we've had in our communities and our state. Blanche Parks is a longtime advocate for education and young people across our region. She has the distinction also as the longest ever serving Washburn University Regent at nearly 30 years before she stepped down in 2022. Blanche Parks is our guest up first here for today. Welcome in. It's good to see you.
Well, thank you, David. It's good to be here.
I'm excited to meet you today and visit with you about Women's History Month. But let's remind our viewers a little bit to start about your history as a impactful leader here in Northeast Kansas.
Yes. Well, first of all, my first volunteer experience was in 1970. And it was here in Topeka. I was the youngest member of the YWCA Board of Directors.
Right.
And so I've been a volunteer most of my life. I started out as a candy striper at age 14. And as you had mentioned, I have the honor of serving on the Washburn Board of Regents as the longest serving member. I represented the 19th Senatorial District, and it was an honor to serve.
Sure, and I know a lot of folks remember you from that service and the great job you did on the Regent Board over there.
Thank you.
Let's talk about education, though, because I know you've been an advocate for education, and especially for young women who are making their voices more heard these days.
Well, I am a great advocate of education and training. I did attend Washburn University. I have a bachelor's and master's degree from there, and I'm very appreciative of the education I did receive. And so I was a teacher in Topeka Public Schools for a couple of years, and then I went on to work for the state of Kansas, where I worked in the Kansas State Treasurer's Office and developed, implemented, and was director of the Kansas Learning Quest 529 plan that has to do with saving for college.
When we talk about Women's History Month and the importance of this month, and you think about young women who may be watching us today or watching folks like yourself and looking at your legacy and your impact, what kind of advice would you offer to the next generation as far as the things they ought to be thinking about and doing?
Well, I just so happen to have come up with 10 points.
I walked you right
of
into
advice.
it, didn't I?
One is a woman or girl, teenager should invest in herself. I have this saying, to thine own self be true.
That's a good one.
And so invest in yourself, believe in yourself, and stay true to your values. And number two is, what does success look like to you? You know, have an idea of what success would feel like, how you would feel when you become successful. Know what you want to do and how you're going to get there. One of my favorite sayings is, know the system, know the players, and know how to play the game.
This is great, yeah.
And so that works in education and also pretty much as a volunteer and that type thing. Then also, many times a person will fall down in life, so you have to learn how to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and move on.
That's an important one.
It is. And then also it's important to set clear goals, short-term and long-term, for yourself. Be open to other ideas. And I can't emphasize enough the importance of education and training. And so get as much training as you can and build a strong network. It's important for women and girls to develop strong networks with other women and help to mentor those women and that's one of my
down as well.
Yeah, and that's how I'm successful. Is I had great mentors. So I would advocate mentors and be assertive. Don't hesitate to share your ideas. Manage your time wisely. Learn how to prioritize. With some people, that's the problem. So just work on it. And use time management skills. And then it's important to maintain a balance in your professional and personal life. And so, and then I wanted to end with, as you do great things with your life and your education and training and that type of thing, remember to celebrate the successes.
Indeed.
A lot of times women forget that.
These are great points you make. I'm going to include those points and ask you to leave that with me, and I'll
Oh,
put that
okay.
on WIBW.com with some great insight and advice there from Blanche Parks. Thank you for being here to talk about
Well, thank
Women's
you.
History Month, and it's
Yeah.
good to see you. I'm sure
Thank you.
a lot of folks watching are happy to see you as well
All right.
today.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
It was an honor to be here.
We're glad to have you. Thanks so much.
Okay.